Good morning, children. Welcome back to the class. Children, yesterday we have discussed so much and I didn't get any doubt or anything from any one of you. So I think you children are not following the lessons. I don't know why you children are not following. I am unable to understand. Okay, it is up to you children. See, we are trying to give you some education through this process. And if you don't follow, we can't help it. Understood? Because we are not able to open the schools, this system we have followed, and even in spite of that also, if you are not following the lessons, then what can we do? See, if you don't understand once, then once again you can repeat and see. In that way also we are giving you these videos. That why are you not following? I am unable to understand. Okay, now come on, we'll go up to the third lesson, that is movements of earth. Okay, regarding notes, you don't worry children. I will be telling you all what to do, how to write. Then we can start off our notes and be ready with contemporary issue topics. Is it clear? Contemporary issue topics also you can take. You can choose, you can give me a message so that you can write whatever you want to write, you can write. Okay, so from that you can choose and collect information and keep ready for the formative assessment 1. Okay, now come back. Children, in this lesson you are going to learn about the movements of the earth. You have two movements of the earth. One is the earth rotates around itself, that is rotation, and the second one is the earth while rotating around itself, it will also revolve around the sun, that is called revolution. You all know from your lower classes we are learning that the result of the earth's rotation causes day and night, and the revolution causes change in seasons. Okay, so now you have to just observe children. I will be showing you this. This is the earth and the equator divides the earth into two equal halves. This is northern hemisphere and this is southern hemisphere. Okay, remember one thing, because of the earth's rotation and the revolution, what will happen is there is a lot of change between seasons in the two. Okay, so in north if we have summer, in south they will have winter. Remember that. So if supposing for example January is the coolest month for us, then for them July will be the coolest. Okay, so there are changes in this and try to observe this. This is the earth and the equator 0 degrees. These are the important latitudes, you all know that. So first it is equator 0 degrees, and then you have Tropic of Cancer, that is 23.5 degrees north, and then you have Tropic of Capricorn 23.5 degrees south, and then you have Arctic Circle 66.5 degrees north, and then you have Antarctic Circle 66.5 degrees south. And at the same time I already told you all that the earth is bulging in the center and a little bit pressed at the poles. So here it will be just a point children. So this is 90 degrees north and this is 90 degrees south, which are called as South Pole and North Pole. Is it clear? So what happens is, now at the equator the sun's rays will fall directly. Understood? Because the sun's rays fall directly at the equator, it will be very, very hot. And then as you are moving towards the poles, the sun's rays will be slanting. So as they are slanting, what will happen? The heat of the sun reduces. So near the poles, it will be totally cool. So regarding this, see one thing, the shape of the earth also is a reason for causing seasons, okay, and change in temperatures. Is it clear? And also distance from the equator. As you are moving away from the equator, the temperature becomes low, and as you are moving towards the equator, temperature becomes more. So here what happens, see, from north you are coming towards equator means south. From south you are going towards north means equator. Understood? And now you have the important heat zones. These heat zones, here I have mentioned the latitudes and here I have not mentioned, here I mentioned only the heat zones. Here what is happening between Tropic of Cancer and between Tropic of Capricorn, you have torrid zone. This torrid zone and the places in this torrid zone can be called as tropics, within the tropics. Understood? So it will be tropical area or tropical countries. The countries within the tropics are called tropical countries. And at the same time, above the Tropic of Cancer and between the Arctic Circle, you have temperate zone. Understood? So temperate zone means, see, in torrid zone it is very hot. In temperate zone it is neither too hot nor too cold. Okay, at the same time, below the Tropic of below the Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic Circle, you have South Temperate Zone. Because it is in the southern hemisphere, it is considered as South Temperate Zone. Because it is in the northern hemisphere, it is called as North Temperate Zone. So this temperate zone is neither too cold or too hot. And the frigid zone, that is between the North Pole and the Arctic Circle, and between the Antarctic Circle and the South Pole, it is considered as frigid zone. And this frigid zone is very, very cold. Understood? You have to observe one thing is the distance from the equator. And you see here what is happening. If you observe, this is the sun and this is the earth. So near the equator, the sun's rays will fall directly. That is why it is hot. And here you see they will be slanting. So the distance reaching the sun's rays to reach here will be more. So the severity of the heat also will be less. So what happens? It will be very cool near the poles. Got it, children? Observe this carefully, and I want you to draw in your book which you are maintaining. Later on, I will make you do it in your classwork also. So be careful. You have to draw the latitudes, important latitudes, and also the heat zones. Understood? Unless and until you know the latitudes, you will not be able to mention the heat zones. Because here I have not mentioned the latitudes, I have just mentioned the heat zones. Understood? Torrid zone, temperate zone, frigid zone. Is it clear? So this is very important. This plays an important role in the revolution of the earth. So now we are, generally speaking, earth's revolution causes seasons. So how many seasons do we have? Normally you consider that we have 3 seasons, that is summer, winter and rainy. Yes or no? It differs from the world also. Understood? So now these two you have to draw, and at the same time you just find out whether India is in which zone. Okay, India comes in which zone, and especially Telangana is located in which zone. Okay, write them, find out, okay, and show me. I want this to be done by you, and I want you children to send to me personally, and I am going to note this and give you marks for classwork. I will consider these works for classwork. Understood? Because first you show me in the book which you are maintaining the works. Later on I will again make you draw in classwork. That is a different issue, but now it is important. I want to see how many of you are doing the work, and I am going to allot you marks. I am going to maintain the names and I am going to allot marks for you all. So this is going to be your first assignment, children. Understood? So observe once again. You all know these. Already you have done. Okay. And now simply in Telugu you will be seeing Rutuvulu. Yes. How many are there? 6 are there. So if at all it is in the class, I would have asked you to stand up and answer. Now it is not possible, but at least few seasons you will be getting. They are called as the traditional Indian seasons. 6 ఋతువులు అంటాం, తెలుగులో నేర్చుకుని ఉంటారు కదా. Yes, so what are they? Yes, they are. Can anyone tell me or guess? Children, this also you have to note it down. Okay, so we have, what is this now at present? Which season? June, Varsha, yes, Sharad Rutuvu, Varsha Rutuvu, Sharad Rutuvu, Hemanta Rutuvu, Shishira Rutuvu, yes, Vasanta Rutuvu and Grishma Rutuvu. These also you have to maintain. Okay, so they are Varsha, Sharad, Hemant, Shishira, then Vasanta and Grishma. Okay, and as I told you earlier, now we consider only 3 seasons, but in other countries, in the rest of the world, they will have 4 children. Rainy season is not specifically maintained, because in 7th class you must have learned that in Europe, some part of Europe, what will happen? They will have already everyday rains. Yes or no? Different types of climate you have learned about Europe, isn't it? So they are not considering. So they will have spring, autumn, summer and winter. 4 seasons they will have. And normally for India, if you consider, we have summer, winter, southwest monsoons will be there. That is considered rainy season because some part of India will be getting rains in the month of November and December. Understood? So that is called as retreating monsoons. Understood? Retreating means the coming back of monsoons. Because the monsoon winds in 7th class you have learned. In monsoon winds what will happen? These from Kerala, that is from southwest. Kerala is in southwest. So from southwest they will go towards northeast. Okay, then we will have lot of rainfall because maximum of the Indian subcontinent receives rainfall from southwest monsoons. So again it comes back. Is it clear? Again it comes back, that is considered as retreating monsoons. Is it clear? It is considered as retreating monsoons. Okay, so now Earth's movement is there. You all know Earth is a planet. The position of the Earth from the Sun is 3 or the 3rd position. Yes, and how days and nights are caused, you all know. And while the Earth is rotating around itself, 12 hours we will have daytime and 12 hours we will have nighttime. That is, as we are passing, as the Earth rotates, what will happen? The part facing the Sun will be having daytime and the part which is away from the Sun will have night. Understood? So like that we have 24 hours in a day. Is it clear? So now what we have to do is, when the Earth is rotating, different pictures are given in the textbook, children. We will be learning them clearly. What happens is, see, it is only from the book I can show you. These, you all know, the Earth will have a tilt of 23.5 degrees. So, and even when you see the globe also, it will be there, an imaginary line through which the Earth rotates. Understood? And then this is the orbit of the Earth, around which it rotates. Okay, sorry, revolves, because this is the Sun and this is the Earth, which rotates, which revolves. It will be rotating. It will be rotating, and at the same time it will be revolving round the Sun on a specific orbital plane, because every planet has its own orbit. Now you must have seen cycling. Yes, everyone, or tracks will be there for the athletes to run. Yes, everyone will have their own line. In the same way, because there will be no clash between the athletes. At the same time, so every planet will have its own path. You must have seen in the solar system also, diagram lines will be drawn. Yes or no? That is to maintain that each planet will have its own path. Path means orbit. Around its orbit, through its orbit only, it will revolve around the Sun. So what is happening? Our Earth's orbit is not round. It is called as elliptical shape, oval in shape. So it is elliptical in shape. That is, it is pressed in the middle and broad in the center. Understood? So what will happen? See here, it is broad in the center. So what will happen? When it is revolving around the Sun, at times it comes nearer to the Sun. See the positions. It comes nearer to the Sun, and at times it will go far away from the Sun. Understood? It goes far away from the Sun. So what will happen? So again this Earth will be rotating round. Yes or no? It will be rotating around itself. What will happen? And we have Moon also. Yes or no? Moon is the satellite of the Earth, which is again moving around the Earth. Yes? So an eclipse is caused. Either it can be a solar eclipse or a lunar eclipse when three of them come in a line. Either here they might come in a line or here they might come in a line. Sometimes Moon will come in the middle, or sometimes here the Moon will be. Understood? When all the three come in a straight line, then we have an eclipse. Okay, that leave off. We are not considered about it now. But at present, see this. This will be a summer season for us. Yes, here winter will be there, because different positions of the Earth, the distance between the Sun and the Earth is also taken into consideration. And moreover, the orbital plane, you can specifically mention in your notes that the orbital plane of the Earth is elliptical in shape. What is the shape? Elliptical in shape. Understood? Every side heading and everything I will be reading out. And this is the view, children. You might think, what is this? This you had seen earlier also. This is the Moon seen from the from the moon, they have taken a picture of the earth and it is seen like this, because only some part of the earth only can be seen. The remaining will be in darkness. Okay, so this is how I will be explaining each part, children. Only one thing is, I want you to read the lesson, and one more thing is, I am going to keep a pic in the group. I want you all to answer that, children. Some questions are given below. That is, find out the names of countries to the south of equator. Understood? To the south of equator. They are not asking continents, they are asking countries. First and foremost thing what you have to do is, this I have written in the book. Now, first thing is, you write down how many continents are there. You all know, write down the names of the continents. Understood? And if you have a world map which is being printed and we will be using, no, that will have 3 lines in the center. Yes, that map, if you see, what are those 3 lines? The center one is equator, above the equator is Tropic of Cancer, below the equator is Tropic of Capricorn, and then you have the Arctic Circle also towards north. Observe them, draw the latitudes, and then you have to write how many continents are there in the northern hemisphere and how many continents are there in the southern hemisphere. That you have to mention. Remember, how many continents are there in the northern hemisphere and how many continents are there in the southern hemisphere. Is it clear? And then after that, you do this. I will keep the pic here because some questions are there. Find out the names of countries to the south of equator. In Asia, how many countries are there below the equator? In Africa, how many countries are there below the equator? In Europe, sorry, North America, South America, and Australia. Is it clear? With the help of an atlas, I want you to do this and keep pics to me. I am going to take this all as classwork. Understood, children? Please do this. Okay? I will be keeping the pic of this textbook also because it may not be visible for you properly here, and the PDF of the lessons I am keeping anyhow. So this table you have to do. Before that, what are you supposed to do? You have to write how many continents are above the equator and how many continents are there below the equator. Is it clear, children? Do this. Now itself I am going to give the textbook page also. You have to do the work. Is it clear? Bye, children. Thank you.